The next thing we're going to cook on the Woodcreek here is a reverse sear of pork chops. So I like to get bone-in pork chops. The butcher that I go to didn't have them, so I had whole pork loins that I broke down. I like my chops double thick, so setting the Woodcreek pellet to 225. I'm gonna cook these for 30 minutes. Then I'm going to flip them after 30 minutes. Cook them for another 30, smoke. And then I want to hit an internal temp of about 135. One thing I like about this pellet grill, I'm going to use one of the inserts, the charcoal insert, and I want to get a nice crust. So a reverse sear, as opposed to a traditional sear when you're cooking, burgers on a grill or in a pan where you are cooking the outside and then the internal temp comes up. What you're doing is you're setting the internal temp first on a low heat. It doesn't really cause any sort of sear on the outside. It brings all the natural sugars and moisture to the top, so then when you do finally put the last sear on the outside, it forms an amazing crust. And I just love it. So any like steaks, I'm doing it with chops, but you can do it with whatever you like. I brine these. I think I mentioned that overnight. So brining is a liquid. It's salt, sugar. I actually used agave nectar for the sugar. I've used maple syrup. You can use molasses, whatever you want to use as far as the sugar. I like to switch it up. Honey. They add different flavors, the different sugars that you use. If I do use regular sugar, I try to use raw sugar. That seems to be the best for me, or brown sugar. I added in some juniper berries, black peppercorns, mustard seed, cinnamon, and some other flavorings that are top secret. So hopefully this all comes out well. I think I'm looking forward to it. I love pork chops. It's one of my favorite things of all time. Putting the brine on it definitely sets that moisture level on the inside. It flavors it, and once we get that beautiful sear on the outside, it's only going to get that much better. So 30 minutes. I'm going to set a timer right now because we're almost back up to temp. I set it at 225, so I want it to be at 225 for 30 minutes, and then flip it the same amount. So set that timer. Start. We're on our way. So once we hit the first 30 and then we do the flip, I'm going to put a probe in to, actually I'll use probably both probes into a couple of the thicker pieces. Make sure I hit a 135 and go. Alright, so first 30 minutes, we give everything a flip here. As you can see, what I'm trying to do is just kind of get that internal temp set. Trying not to sear the outside too much. That's just a little bit of coloring from the grates. I'm going to go for another 30 minutes. I'm going to check the temp on these right now. They still seem pretty raw. We'll grab both of the probes, and then I'll do the insert. So let's see here. Probe 1, and this guy. Like I said, what I want to do is I want to get to a 135 internal temp. And then let them rest, sear them, get them up to 155. So right now, like I said, he's pretty raw in the middle. Reading about 110 on the first guy over here. 100, 112, so might take a little bit less than 30 minutes, maybe 20 minutes. Once he's hit that internal temp, I'm going to move everything over here. Take this grate off here. I'm going to do the insert with the charcoal insert, put wood chips in there, fire that up so I can get a nice charcoal sear on the outside. We just hit about 135, 136 on some of these. I'm going to move all of these chops over to one side so I can these probes out. Move all these over here. It's too bright. All right, I'm just going to fire these up with a torch so that we don't lose momentum. The fan underneath the fire pot is going to help move this air around in here and get this to light up pretty quick. So I got the applewood chips fired up here in the pan. Put the dial to sear to help raise the heat up and also get the airflow going through. So you can see we kind of got it raging right now. I do want to get a good sear in these. I was going to let it dissipate a little bit, but I think I'd rather get a little bit of open fire cooking going. So I am going to sear these chops. See how they come out. Takes me back to my days working on wood-fired grills. A really nice crust in it when you do a reverse sear on something. Caramelizes all those sugars on the outside. It's going to leave it nice and soft right in the middle. Alright, so here we are, finished product. Let this rest for a couple minutes afterwards. It's pretty cold out anyway, but look at that. Brined it so the pork is just like still a little pink in the middle. Perfectly cooked. It's got a nice crack on the outer skin, that crust. It's so like, it's just like cutting through butter in this thing. Beautiful. Holy